Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to do drugstore and inexpensive drugstore. Well, not drugstore like CVS or Walgreens. Talking Ulta here. I bought a full face and it didn't cost me hardly anything at all. And was it worth it? I mean, can you actually buy really cheap stuff at the drugstore from one brand and come away with a look that you are pretty happy with? You're only going to know that if you keep on watching. We're going to start with the eyes because I have these patches on, so let's catch some fallout if we have any. I have used an Essence primer in the past, but this don't look like it, so I think it might be new. It says universal shade. It's called Like a Boss. Anybody tried this? It says intensifying, long-lasting, no creasing, universal shade. Must mean it's transparent because there's no one shade that's universal. And we're going to have fun. I don't know what this is. I got smacked or something because that's not a pimple or anything raised, but I have some over here. Wow, look. I'm squeezing this all the way up to here. So what does this mean? Nothing's coming out yet. So does that mean truly you have from here down to get product? Okay, so finally stuff is coming out. So I squeezed it. And this is where we're at. You have to go all the way up to here, so you get this much product in this. Oh, I hope this isn't like the Milani one where you only needed a dab, because I've got a little bit here. It feels kind of oily. I'm sure it's gonna get tacky here in a little bit. This looked cute. Don't worry. It reminds me of Shy Guy, because he always says, don't worry, be happy. The shadows are smaller than I thought they were going to be. I thought this was going to be a bigger palette. And then I picked up these because I was just wondering about them. So these are called Soft Touch eyeshadows. Ooh, wow. That is Soft Touch. I am mildly curious if this is the same color as my new Charlotte Tilbury in Champagne. That one is cream. This feels like cream. We'll compare that in a minute just to see. Okay. Here's that Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Champagne. I'm just going to take my pinky and get a tiny bit of it. I just want to see. I think this is going to be more golden. For those of you who might want to know, can I get that shine on a budget? Yeah, you can. You be bowling on a budget here, but it is not the same shade as Champagne. Now, that's not going to dry down, of course, because it's not actually wet. But the feel of this says it will stay all day. But let's just look at these shades, want to? Let's just see this first shade, You. That's the one that's in the palette, and there's the one that I bought in Champagne. So this one here's the first shade, and the second shade. All right, then the third one is a matte. Oh, okay. And then the fourth shade is called Happy. So these are the 4 shades that are right here. And we have 2 more mattes over here. Let's look at those. The brown one feels kind of dry. I'm going to put the cream one right there. You can't see it. It blends right in. Ew, really dry, yucky, doesn't hardly show up at all shadow. I'm going to come into this shade right here, and just like I always do, I'm going to come from the crease up just to kind of give it some powder here, just to help the shadows glide a little. We're going to take Positive into the transition, and we'll be taking that dark shade on the outer V, if you want to call it that. And we're probably coming right up here because I like that shade. That shows up pretty good, don't it? I'm going to dip into this. It really isn't picking up a lot at all. But I've learned with that ColourPop palette that didn't swatch very well, that doesn't mean it isn't going to show up on my eyes with a brush. But no, it doesn't seem to be. So basically, these 2 shades over here, meh. What if I put the green out here? This is meant to be a lid color, I know, but I just want to know if it's able to darken up the outside here and make a difference. Not really. It's one of those that you want to put on with your finger. I'm going to take a brush and come into, I think, what was that called? Happy? Some of you like that really faint eyeshadow look. You don't want to go full on like I always do. So you'll be able to do that with this. I'm gonna take that with my finger and put it on. And you know what, just for giggles, let's use this one, the soft touch. Let's use that one on the other eye. This one is definitely more white than that one, but I don't know that on the eyes I'm gonna be able to tell that difference. So I'll just put one over here and we'll compare the two. It definitely took less of this to do what I wanted. Looking for some dark shadow here. Let's just get one of my Sydney Grace ones that I'm using this month. I don't need a lot, just enough to tell it's a little darker on the edge. I've got this pencil. I did like a face full of essence once a long time ago, but I've not tried this pencil, I don't think. It's long lasting eye pencil. I got it in hot chocolate. You know what I'm gonna do is run it in my tight line and my water line to see what happens. And I'd be really surprised if it stays there. It is going in the tight line. Let's take these off. I think that Essence is a brand that in the past I've used, but certain things like, okay, I'm gonna just tell you, the highlighter I picked up was this again, because this is excellent. So it's like, I think they have like a few things that are outstanding in their line, but not everything is. I'll be surprised if I like everything. Well, we already know I don't like the shadows that much. Not this, anyway. They're exactly what you would expect at that price. This is probably going to be a huge mistake, but I got this again. Here were my thoughts. This says it's ash brown, which might work. The last time I used this, one, I wasn't very skilled with this kind of a product, and I did just spend a month with Thick It Stick It from NYX, so I feel a little more confident. But what I've had against this is the shades. Their shade range is horrible. So even though it does have a really tiny brush, just like Benefit, the product shade that I got in the past, that's no way that was going to work. Ash brown might work though. So let's just put that in here. Now obviously here in the front where I don't have any brows, I'm going to hit my skin and do that. If you don't have any hair there, there's nothing for this to go on. So you can only put this kind of a product where you actually have hair. So if you don't have any brow hairs, then this is a pass for you, hard pass. The fronts aren't going to be able to do this, so we're going to need to use a pencil. But this shade isn't that bad. So I don't know if they've added to the shade range of this or how I got this shade, but this is not the shade I had to begin with. If you're a gimme brow kind of person and you can find the right shade, then you very well might like this product from Essence. This is the Hello Good Stuff Skin Refining Primer. It had a lot of stars, so I'm thinking maybe that's a good choice. And I am going to finish my brows. I just want to let this start setting down. Let me finish my brows here. We're going to take the Lancome pencil and come to the front, and I'm going to flick a few hairs right here in the front of my brow. And then I also picked up a brow gel. And we'll see how that works. So this is Like a Boss Transparent Brow Fixing Gel. Extra strong. We'll see about that, right? You know, that stuff I put in, Make Me Brow, it has like some gel in it, not much. On here it says extra strong. Extra strong to me means, hey, this is gonna be like Benefit 24-hour brow setter. So let's see if it is. Right now I kind of sort of cheated on the mascara. I got Lash Princess, but I got one I don't think I've used before. I did not grab the green one. You know that I already like the Lash Effect, the green one of these. It's probably the same formula with a different wand. Let's see, does that curled wand make this mascara better than the traditional Christmas tree? If you've never been here before, you don't know my channel very well, I use a lash serum by Grande. I got this powder foundation and I got this bronzer. It should be okay to go over this, but I don't know. It may not move very well. This smells a little like watermelon. That is a cool brown. I mean, there's a chance here that I won't be able to get that cream to move over the top of this powder. It depends. So this is 16 Hour and Last Powder Foundation. And what spurred this whole thing was Stephanie Marie. I watched a video where she talked about this and she thinks that this is excellent. Compared it to, I think, MAC Studio Fix. If she said that, then I'll give this a try. Underneath here, we do have a little spongy kind of puff. Maybe we should try to put that on using this first, since that's how they intend for you to use it. I used the shade match thing on their website to see what shade I should get. Looks like it did a pretty good job of picking out the foundation. I have a few broken capillaries and redness on my chin, so I'm going to use this here to see the coverage. Typically when I use a powder foundation though, I like to use something like this. This is Sigma's round kabuki, something dense. Let's just do my forehead with this kabuki brush and see, is it going to get into my lines and wrinkles and settle right down and look crappy all I mean, I won't be real mad if it does because of what it costs. I'm going to come down my nose. I don't have a concealer. I'm not a big fan of taking powder foundation up underneath my eyes, but I don't really have too much of a choice. I'm going to take this now. Yeah, that smells like straight up watermelon to me. Which is strange because it's this color and it smells like watermelon. And uh-oh. 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 Oh man. Mary. Yeah, this is not such a good idea, Mary. Do it again. Maybe we should put that on our finger and then, you know, work it on the nose. Oh man. All right, where's that powder at? Get on my face. No mirror there. The mirror is inside here, just like L'Oreal. Okay, should we like tap it here? Oh. I'm not going to say this is dry. It's not dry, but it's not something creamy like, say, Patrick Ta, where it's okay. Just go over any kind of powder with it and it'll spread just fine. This is going to give you a little bit more problem. So I would definitely say to use this and then go over it with the powder. Or, you know, use it over a regular foundation that's not powder. I got this Pure Nude blush and it's a baked one, so I typically do like baked blushes. Let's take this. It's a stippling brush because I don't know. Oh ho, oh ho ho. Oh ho ho. Merry cheeks. Yeah, woohoo. Let's see, can I blend that out? Whoa, I thought for a second there we were going to have a big issue, but it blends pretty good. So, yep. It does have a little bit of sheen to it, so maybe for some people highlight is going to be too much. After this, I just need a little, just a tiny bit. Stuff is good stuff. Great highlighter. Still as good as I remember. I got this lip liner here. 8 Hour Matte Comfort Liner. I picked it up in Casanova? Not Casanova. Casanova. I couldn't find the name of the shade on the pencil. So I went and looked it up online in my orders, and it is actually Cool Mauve. Casanova is actually the name of a company, and it's in Germany. Apparently, they are like the parent company of Essence and Catrice. Did not know that, did you? Anyway, the shade is actually Cool Mauve. So, has a point. Glides right on. That really is comfortable. Normally I would fill in my mouth because of that spot, but I'm not going to yet. I might end up doing it, but I want to see what will happen with that. But I got 2 lipsticks here. They both have plastic, really cheap packaging. How well does these barcodes come off that though? Because I hate barcodes on my makeup. So this is called Hydra Matte, and that sticker came off there, by the way, very easily. That's the color, pretty good. And 401 Movement instead of movement. And then this one, semi-matte, regular lipstick. If you didn't hand it to somebody, they may not know that it's cheap plastic. Here you go. And this one is called number 11 Amazing. You know, they're close to the same shade. I want you to see the color, so I didn't fill in my mouth. Okay, this one is the semi-matte. And then this one is the full-on matte. This one on the bottom, definitely. You can see that it is more nourishing. That does feel nice. Okay, I'm going to go do my hair, and then I'll come back and we will talk about all these products and what I think about them. We started with the eyes, and I would tell you to pass on this. I can't endorse this. It's okay, but you saw that I didn't use just this on my eyes. This little palette here was $4.99. And I don't think this is worth it. Not when you can go to the drugstore and pick up $3 bite-sized palettes from e.l.f. You might as well take that one completely out. So you're paying that price for these 4 dinky shadows. Look at the size of an e.l.f. bite size for $3. These though, if you want something that's just, you know, metallic pops of color, I've got that on one of these eyes. I don't remember which one it is. But I really like these little ones right here. Let me show you again. They're very creamy. And I think that they do have oomph behind them. I like these. I don't like the primer, but it's not because of the way it behaved. I'm upset because of how little product you actually get. You would think, I mean, you kind of feel, it feels like nothing's in here. And it kind of is like nothing's in here. Let's see what they charge for this. $3.99. They're charging $3.99. I think if you had 2 of them, you still wouldn't get the amount that you get with a Milani. If you purchased 2 of these, you would actually be getting 1 ml more than the tube of Milani. And you might entertain that thought after doing the math, because the Milani works out to be $1.11 per milliliter and the Essence only 80 cents. So it would only cost you $8 for 2 tubes of the Essence, and that saves you $1 at the register. And the shadow actually held all day. After that, we used this eyeliner. Let's look and see. You guys aren't going to believe this. It is starting to fade out on the outer corner where I have a problem. But guys, do you remember seeing my Sephora haul? I did the voyeur from Hourglass in that video, and I went to do my hair, same as I just did, and it was leaving on the outer corner when I got back. This is starting to leave just a little bit on the outer corner, but there's a little bit more there than there was with the Hourglass voyeurs, so that's kind of shocking. If this hangs around even halfway, it stayed for me about 4 hours. You know, I'm going to say, yeah, this was worth the price. For right now, I'm going to say, okay, I think it's worth $2.99. Then we did the brows. So I used this in a different color than I've ever used before. This is in ash brown. It says on the front of this that this stuff is an eyebrow gel mascara with filling fibers. And I don't hate my brows. I think it looks pretty good, actually. You saw that I just put a little bit of pencil in the front and used this through my brow. And I actually quite like it. So I would purchase this again in ash brown, and this is only $3.99, $4. I don't think that there's going to be very much of this. I don't think there's very much in here, to tell you the truth. It is holding them, but like I said, if I took a spoolie and came through, I could brush it right out. And of course, I am comparing this to the one I love from Benefit, the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Now, if you're not the kind of person who wants that concrete hold, if you're not the kind of person who's playing with their face during the day, this might work for you, but I don't think you're going to get a lot for what you're paying. I really don't. I could be wrong about this. Further investigation is needed. Seriously, as you can see in this image, my unopened Benefit lists how much product is inside, and we can both clearly see that the Essence claims to have more product in it. It doesn't seem like it to me, though, when I use it. So what I'm going to try to do, or remember to do, is when I get ready to open this Benefit, I'll buy another Essence brow gel. And for the length of the products, use one on each eye. And while you may be thinking thinking, wow, that seems a little much, Mary. Not for the price difference, it doesn't. I want to know. In other news, I went ahead and used this brow gel the next day alone because I realized that the brow tint actually does have its own hold. And I just wanted to know, what is this brow gel like by itself? And I was actually shocked, shooked out of my tinnies to realize that this actually does have a pretty strong hold of its own. It's still not as strong as the Benefit, but I wouldn't mind using this in its place. And I think that you know that that's actually saying a lot. This product to me is actually a cross between 24-hour brow setter from Benefit and a laminate. And what I mean by that is you can get through here and skate a product like a pencil with this product, whereas I've not been able to do that really with the laminates. However, it's not as stiff like the Benefit, so you can't just skate it on top of the product. It will touch your skin. Then we moved to the face, and I used this primer. It did feel moisturizing to me, and it was good underneath the powder, I think. So this has moisturizing sea kelp. Don't have a problem with this. I really like it. You get a full ounce of it. That foundation does not feel dry whatsoever on my skin. And I also give this a thumbs up. I'm giving both of these a thumbs up. I would also say this is comparable to my MAC Studio Fix. This was $6. $6. So what, 12 bucks and you got both these? This is a new product from Essence, and I saw the stars on this was like 3, maybe even 2. And I thought, why would I want to waste my money on something that just came out that people don't like already? What they were saying was they didn't like it because it had a stench to it and that it was flimsy packaging. I don't think that, well, of course, Essence packaging is plastic, okay, but they were kind of insinuating that the lid wouldn't stay closed. That's a good seal on mine, that it stunk. There is a scent. It smells like watermelon, which is strange for something that's brown. But I don't find that offensive. It's called Baby Got Bronze, and I wouldn't recommend putting it over powder like I did, but I don't have a problem with this product. I like that it is that cool, ashy undertone. So over the top of a liquid or cream foundation, I think this would do a lot better than it did. And I don't have a problem with this either. This is like a cult favorite. So of course, we knew I was going to like that. This is just delightful, pretty, nudish, but not. I mean, you can definitely see that, right? Very pretty, natural. I love baked blushes. I think they really have a punch to them. As far as the mascara goes, I like it, but I like the green one better still. I don't think that this one here does the job that, I mean, I'm not saying it's horrible. It looks good. It's just not as much. Like, I'm going to go in here again and put on more, and I would have got this right out of the gate with the green Essence mascara. I wouldn't have to come back in and do that again to build this up. But I don't think that Essence in the Lash Princess line, whether it's this orange one, the purple one, or the green one, I don't think any of them you can beat. They're $4.99 for crying out loud. You get the cutest tubes ever. Look at this. Look at this tube. It's got puffy paint on it, and it just looks like something you're like so happy to use it because it's so cheery. And I think that even though it is such a cheap mascara, that people who see it on your vanity would just fall in love with that packaging. And we ended right here on this kisser here. Mwah. I've been licking my mouth, been drinking my water, blotting my mouth while I was watching a movie and doing my hair. And I kind of can't get over this lipstick. A lot of lipsticks that I use don't actually hide that brown spot, so there's good opacity to this. You saw that I just took the liner and outlined my lips, not filled in my lips, and this lipstick, I think, did a freaking wonderful job, both of them, in their cheap packaging. This is not bougie at all, okay? This is like some really cheap, Wet n Wild probably had better, well, maybe not, but these lipsticks, both lines, really good. This lip liner, really good. I can't believe I got so lucky and that the lip liner didn't actually look a lot darker than the lipstick, but I'm impressed. So out of the 16 items that I purchased, there were only 2 that I would say pass, don't get it. The shadow primer, debatable. I mean, if there really is 5 mil in here, if that's all you get for 5 mil, my gosh. But performance-wise, I think it did pretty good. So really the only product that I don't think behaved very well was this one. And it's only because of that shade right there that I'm covering up. I think that right there is awful. They should just take that out. And for this kind of money, I think that is a ripoff to pay that for that when I know there's better out there for less money. That means there are 14 items that I purchased from Essence that I'm tickled to have. So yeah, how about that? Right, then what do you think of the brand? Have you tried it? Do you like it? Think you want to pick up any of this stuff? Let me know that below. And I'm going to let you know on my way out here that you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And that if you're not having a blessed day, the way you get one is to be a blessing to somebody else. Until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Don't worry, be happy. Do, 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 do. This is what it sounds like with a frog in my throat. Do, 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 do. Don't worry, be happy. While we're waiting on the eyeshadow primer to dry, you can't go through your glasses to do that. What are we doing? And then the 4th shade is called Happy. 'Cause I'm happy to be on the back of your hand where everyone can see I flash. Yes, I'm happy. Woohoo! Didn't swatch. Hey, Peter, you idiot! Look into my eyes. Look at me. We're not going to do this today. I'm not going to let you have Mexican food if you don't stop it. I still want darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, I just shut my hand in that hinge. I'm coming unglued. I'm coming unhinged. I'm a brown nose. Look at me, I'm a brown nose. And get $3 Peter. And those are up. Yeah, give that as a thumb. Boom, boom, ow. Oops, there goes another package of. Oops, there goes another package of. Oops, there goes another package of Amazon wipes. Oh.